Thank you very much. Om Shanti. At the end of the prayer, a few minutes back, we all said Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So when we say Om Shanti, we also need to know the meaning of the word. So at the Brahma Kumaris, Om Shanti is our greeting. So we say Om Shanti when we meet each other. And it's a reminder because Om means I the being, I the soul, and Shanti is peace. So every time we are exchanging that energy saying Om Shanti, we're reminding ourselves and the other person that I am a peaceful being. My original nature is peace. Living in a world which has started calling stress as normal, right? Do you agree the world is calling stress as normal? Yes? Yes? Yes. And now, because for the last 2-3 decades, even before most of you were born, we started calling stress as normal. So today we reached a stage where we find a lot of people, especially the youth, not even using the word stress, but they say, I'm feeling very depressed today. And then if we don't pause, check how we're leading our life, and take a U-turn wherever it's necessary, within a few years, we might reach a stage where we will start saying feeling depressed is normal. Because feeling stressed was also not normal, but we started calling it normal because all of us were experiencing it, we thought it's normal. And now it's not going to remain at the level of stress, so that feeling has increased, so they started calling it depressed. But even depressed is just an emotion, it's a feeling. But now what's on the rise is not just the emotion of depressed, but it is depression. Depression is not an emotion, depression is an illness. And numbers were very high even before COVID, but post-COVID it's certainly gone a little higher. So fear, anxiety, panic attack, depression, numbers have suddenly increased, especially in children also. All of you are very fortunate to live a very beautiful life which is disconnected from the hustle and the bustle of the city, and also leading a life of self-restraint and discipline. Discipline. Because that discipline is our power. So just by being where you are and being in the vibration that you are, you have the fortune of leading a disciplined, peaceful, energizing life, and that itself is going to save you from a lot of these emotions which a lot of children are calling normal today. Not to create any fear, but just for you to be aware why we need to take care of our mind. So last month there was a research published, which is a global research, and that research says that the Gen Z population, which is age group of 12 to 26, so they said 42% children in that 12 to 26 age gap, globally, this is not India, this is a global research, so globally is experiencing symptoms and signs of mental health issue, which means symptoms of depression, panic attack, anxiety, attention-seeking disorder. So if we don't start taking care of it, this number will only increase. So I'm sure none of you are going through any symptom like this, but so that you never ever touch it, so that you never ever experience it or even go anywhere near it, it's important to practice self-care. So this year even the government of the country has allocated a very big budget for mental health awareness. But that budget is for treatment of mental health. What we need to work on is prevention of mental health. It's like one is treatment of a disease, the other is lead a healthy lifestyle, so it's a prevention of that disease. So are we ready to do something so that we ever prevent ourselves from even feeling depressed, forget depression, but even feeling low? How many of you experience stress once in a while? Anyone experiences it? हाथ उठा लो प्यार से अपना ही करें. Don't think what will everybody else say about me. That's another one sanskar which we need to create. It's very important to have that power right now. The power to stand for what I believe is right, even if I'm the only one. You know, back from the city where I come, which is Delhi, Gurgaon, this phone addiction has become a very big thing right now, especially with children. And even parents are not being able to somewhere draw that line of discipline at home. And the other day I was meeting a young girl. She's finished her 10th standard. Now these 2 years are crucial for her. I know her since she was this old. And since a child, she always said, I have to become a cancer surgeon. Even when she was like 10 years old, she had that clarity. She would not even say, I want to become a doctor. She said, I will become a cancer surgeon. She was so clear because her grandmother died because of cancer. Her auntie is a doctor. So she was very clear. And everything was going fine. With very little effort, she would just top the class with ease. And then she shifted from Delhi to Gurgaon, a different kind of a school. And that's why I'm sharing this. The school and the environment of the school is such a powerful instrument. It can take our destiny in any direction. And she changed her school, circle of friends changed, and there came COVID. So what happened in COVID was 2 years, these children were at home. So it was like they suddenly grew up in those 2 years. So if somebody was in the 8th standard before COVID started, they suddenly meet each other when they're in the 10th standard. So that's a big difference. You've actually grown up from a child to a teenager. 10th standard, suddenly you're growing up. So this girl who's led a life of a lot of discipline, self-restraint, in those 2 years, suddenly felt she was left out of a lot of things. Her friends were not calling her for the parties that they were having. She was not being a part of the group. And the whole reason was because she was not on any social media handle. She was not on Instagram and all that. And all that fear that I am not accepted by my people here made her start going on to those handles, and she started creating her social media accounts. Then she was constantly checking it. Why am I not there with this group and all that thing. Now reached 10th standard, and her performance started dipping. And then we had a talk with her that, you know what, in these 2 years you can't use this phone. If you want to become a doctor, if you want to crack that NEET exam, and if you want to go into a government medical school, then you can't using this phone, because she said, I study till 10 o'clock, then I sit with the phone, I plan to use it for about 30 minutes, but वो 10 से 12 कब बच जाते हैं पता ही नहीं चलता है. So because that's how it's designed, to be addictive. And now what is the tough part? So I've been talking to her many times, and I said, you know what, give me your phone. I'll give you a simpler phone which you just use as a phone when you're going for your coaching class and everything. You finish your 12th standard, you get this phone back. And I can't even explain in words when I have to see her face, her expression, and she wanting to give it, but she cannot give it. For me, this is new. I have not seen that kind of energy and vibration, but now it's become very common. And she looks at me and she says, I can't give it. I said, you won't be able to make it. She said, I'll study hard. I said, it's difficult. She said, but I can't give this. I said, why can't you give this? She said, no, I'm very uncomfortable without this. I can't give this. So it is exactly the same discomfort which I would see on a person's face who's not able to give up alcohol. You know, I want to give it up. In all our life, we've met people who wanted to give up alcohol and were not able to give up alcohol. They wanted to give up smoking and they were not able to give up smoking. And they would say, I tried and tried and I cannot give up. I saw that exact expression, that exact vulnerability and that helplessness in a child who was so clear till 2 years back, who was so focused and talented and hardworking and sincere and everything that's needed to reach where she wanted to be. And suddenly I can see now that child's destiny will change. And because of what? Only one thing. The kind of circle of friends we have. And most important, we can't blame other people, but my own insecurity to be able to stand out as a different one. That is what is actually the root cause, because everybody has a choice of how they want to be, but I should have the power to be able to stand for the right even if I'm in the only one. And that's not just in school and college, that's even going to be in whatever profession you're going to, even in terms of just leading your lifestyle. So start working on this. It's very simple if you start working on it now. It will become your sanskar, it will be your nature. Don't allow yourself to agree to be or do something which you do not believe is right, but you are seeing yourself doing it only because majority are doing it. And if I don't do it, then I'm the odd one out. We've probably reached a stage, or are going to reach the stage, where the odd one out probably is going to be the right one. Is going to be the right one. So, along with all our beautiful qualities and all our innate powers that we have, we need this very, very one important quality and power, and that power is to be able to stand alone, even if you are the only person, but stand for the right. Is that very clear with everybody, or is that sounding very difficult? Yes? At your age, it might come in very simple things, as simple as what everybody's wearing, even I want to wear that. What everybody's eating, I want to eat that. What everybody's watching, I want to watch that. How's everybody's hairstyle, I want that. It can be as simple as that. But then at this age, it's going to be only simple things like that. But the sanskar remains the same. That I am compromising on what I know is right for me only because I am not a part of what everybody is doing. So take this back, keep it with you, and at any time you find yourself wanting to be like what others are, pause. Pause. Keep a compass with you which shows you the right direction. So what's the compass going to be? To show me the right direction in life, whether this road is right or that road is right. What will be that compass? That compass is going to be that when I take this decision and I do things in this particular manner, is my inner power going to increase or reduce? Is my karma right or it's compromised? Is the consequence of this decision going to be empowering for me or depleting for me? So it's a very simple benchmark. We have to keep that criteria there. Not just do everybody's wearing this, so even I will wear this. Everybody's eating this, so even I will do this. Maybe everybody's right, so I need to change to be that way. No. Everything that we do, from the time we sleep to the time we wake up, to what we wear, to what we eat, to then how I think, how I speak, what is my vocabulary. I'm sure you're very strict here with vocabulary, but again, in the city where I come from, the vocabulary is different. We don't know most of the words the children are using today. They say, oh, you're not cool. I said, we didn't even have cool as a word. That cool was only for weather. Right? But today it's a different meaning altogether. Every word has a vibration. Every word has a vibration. So every time I say a word, I'm creating an energy. Like the prayer that we recited right now. Sometimes we might not even understand the meaning of every word of that prayer, unless we work on it and we go through what it means. But even if I say a high energy word without a meaning, I'm still creating a high vibrational energy. And every time I create a high vibrational word, this innate power is going to increase. So look at this inner being like a little battery there. Okay, इसको visualize करो, this is a little battery there. When this battery dips, that's when we start seeing stress, anger, irritation, fear, worry, and that whole list of negative emotions. If you keep this battery energized, then your vocabulary will be calm, stability, power, happiness, acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, empathy. It's a completely different two sets of vocabulary. जिसको हम कहेंगे two sets of sanskar. Sanskar is the right word. There is no English substitute of sanskar. Sanskar is my nature, my personality trait. But living in a world where, okay, let's do a little exercise. Keep both your hands out like this. And I'll say out a few emotions or sanskars. What you believe is normal, you put it on your right hand. And what you believe is uncomfortable, you put it on your left hand. And then when you put it on that hand, just raise it a little bit so we know which one is normal. Okay? And the rule of the game, don't look at other people's hand. That's the rule of life, always. Do not. Because sometimes you might think, I need to put this on right, and then suddenly you look at, oh, everybody's putting on left and we're going to put it on left. So this is the rule of life. Don't look at what other people are doing. Pause, ask yourself. Never mind if we are wrong. We'll learn and we'll correct, but we will create the sanskar of doing what we understand is right. Okay, ready? All ready? Right is normal and left is opposite of normal. It's uncomfortable. Okay? And थोड़ा सा हाथ ऐसे करना है. So we come to know which one you have used. Okay. Stress. Left or right? Stress is left or right? चलो बोलते जाओ नहीं तो आपका हाथ भी नहीं दिख रहा. Stress is left or right? Right. अच्छा. Now let's understand whether stress is right. How many of you have experienced stress? Almost all of us, even if it's once in a while. How comfortable it feels, right, when we are stressed? Does it feel comfortable? No? Do you feel your body also comfortable when you are stressed? Do you feel something in your stomach sometimes once before the exam? Yes. Do you feel your mouth drying up sometimes when you have to go come on the stage or give an interview or meet the principal? The mouth starts drying up. Yes. So that is stress. So if my body is showing different symptoms, then that emotion is not normal because my body shifted from normal. And is the mind very calm and comfortable when we are stressed? नहीं. तो फिर उसको right hand पे नहीं रख सकते हैं. So then where will it go? Now it's so important because if I believe stress is normal, I will allow myself to keep creating it. But if I understand now it's not normal, it's actually an emotional dis-ease. Dis-ease. What is dis-ease? Right now I'm calm and stable, I'm at ease. And suddenly there is a situation, a stimulus, and I start creating a lot of negative and waste thoughts, and my mind shifts from that position of ease. That's called dis-ease. And that's an emotional disease. No doctor for that. You will have a doctor for physical disease, you will have a doctor for mental health issue, but there's not going to be a doctor for emotional disease. So who's going to be the healer for that? Who's going to be the healer for that? Myself. And the most important thing that I need to do to be healed, just to know this is not normal. ठीक है? अब जल्दी से करते हैं. Stress. अभी बोलते जाओ साथ में, ठीक है? Which hand? Left. Okay. Anger? Left. Sure? Yes. Irritation? Left. What is the criteria? This battery here, if it's getting discharged with that emotion, it is left. If it is getting energized, it is right. Happiness? Right. Compassion? Right. Jealousy? Yes. Do any of you ever experience jealousy? Yes. Acha. Okay. And you call it left? Do you call it left? Yes, because it's uncomfortable, right? We don't create right energy for the other person. Comparison? Left. Self-respect? Right. Competition? Left. Competition? Right. Competition? Right. Competition? Right. देखो change करते जाना ऐसे बार बार. Stick to your thing. Competition? Left. Okay, now raise your hand. Left. Competition? Right. Competition? Competition is normal? Yes. So competition means wanting to go ahead of other people. If I want to go ahead of another person, I'm never going to like that person going ahead. And there itself my whole energy for the other person starts changing. I won't be happy when another person goes ahead. I might even feel the other person didn't deserve to go ahead. And actually in a very subtle manner, I'm unhappy about somebody else's success. Very subtle, very subtle. And in case for some reason that person gets stuck somewhere and I get a chance to go ahead, I'm actually happy that person got stuck. I'm happy. So for example, tomorrow there is a race or a competition, an actual competition, not a live competition, but actual competition, and you know that the other girl has more chances of coming first and probably you come second, and suppose tomorrow morning she falls ill. Now what? How would you feel? She's not taking part in the race tomorrow, she's fallen ill. कैसा लगेगा? कैसा लगेगा? We'll be happy. Now question yourself. I am happy because the other person is unwell. What will this do to the soul power battery? What will it do this? It's very subtle. And अभी तो आप बच्चे हो तो भी इतना subtle है. You know what will happen to this sanskar later on? We will make sure the other person falls ill. Which means people make sure that they put obstacles in the other person's path and they don't allow people to move ahead. So life is not a competition. This is a very wrong belief system that we have grown up with. I have to go ahead. I want to work hard. I want to excel. I want to achieve. And I want to go way, way, way ahead. But way ahead of my own capacity. And actually, if you create a sanskar where you help others also to go ahead, which is the opposite of competition, it is cooperation. What energy will you experience if you help others to go ahead? Which means if you know something, you share it with everybody. You don't keep it to yourself. Good, I'm the only one who knows this. तो अपने आप 5 number extra तो मेरे हो ही गए. But instead you say, I learned this somewhere. I want to share this with everybody. What will happen? What will happen? So experiment this in life. Experiment this in life. If I keep everything to myself, I become very stagnant with it. I don't want to share anything with anybody. It's my thing. And I'm very happy that other people are not moving ahead and only I'm moving ahead. But it always keeps me very insecure. People who are first are always insecure, not first in class, I mean first in life in whatever they're doing. They're always so insecure, because they're so addicted to being first, they can't tolerate being second. And that does not even allow them to be happy about being first. Because along with that first, the first was nice, but the first plus insecurity, the first plus jealousy, the first plus stress does not allow them to be happy about their first. So we meet a lot of people today who are first in everything they have to do. They've reached the top. Probably right now there's nothing more that they can achieve on that ladder also. And they say, I have everything. But you know what, there's some vacuum here inside. I'm not contented in life. What to do now to be contented? They ask like that. Which means I have everything, but I'm not happy. Why they are not happy? Because on the journey of achieving everything, they created this jealousy, insecurity, and all that. What did it do to that battery? What did it do to that battery? It depleted. Please remember in life, there are 2 worlds. The outer world, the inner world. Outer world, achievements. Inner world, happiness and contentment. Outer world is very important, but inner world is more important than the outer world, because if the inner world is not right, it is not allowing people to enjoy the effort of their achievement and hard work. So that's where you're not getting the benefit of both the worlds, because you're not enjoying both. So do what is right, work hard, move ahead, but share with people, care for people, help people to move ahead. You will earn so many blessings from everyone around you that you will actually go to a place which you had not even imagined that you can reach that position, only because you earned a lot of blessings. That's power. That pushes your performance to another level altogether. But that has to be experienced. But at least can we start with creating a sanskar of sharing with everyone? Can we start sharing everything we know with everybody? Yes? If someone is stuck, can we gently handhold and take them forward? Yes? And one more very important sanskar. Start feeling happy when other people do well. Teach your mind to feel happy. The mind might say, Kya, I had to reach there. Tell the mind, nahi, I have another chance, but I am very happy. Even say it even if you're not feeling it. Because right now, you have the power to create that sanskar. After a few years, we cross that stage also. So just do it consciously. Consciously say, I am feeling happy for their success. I am radiating blessings to them for their success. We don't want only achievers. We want beautiful human beings as achievers. Right? Right? Or no, or just not achievers but who are all egoistic, cynical, not ready to share with anybody. That's not called success and that's not called good karma. That's only called achievement. Okay? Can we start doing this one little homework? Can you start saying to yourself, I'm very happy for them having done well. I'm very happy for them for what they have achieved. Very soon you will train your mind a different vocabulary. It's our mind. Whatever I teach it to speak, in a few days it will start talking that vocabulary. Okay? Kar lenge? So let's put cooperation on the right hand. You know, there's a one video I saw which had gone viral. There was this little race and there were these little kids and they were running that, it was an actual race. And they were running that race and that one kid fell down, he got injured. So the other kid ran ahead and then he ran ahead and then he stopped, he paused, he turned back, he came here, he helped that child to move up and then they both of them went towards that running guy. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Yes. But you know, right now my mind will say, but you know what, वो seats तो उतनी होती हैं, I want to come first and take that seat. You will come first and take that seat if you do this on the journey. Because that will allow you to be so energized and empowered that stress will stay very far away from you. Stress is an emotional weakness. Anger is an emotional weakness. If I use my right hand sanskars, then this battery is going to be energized. I can be in a crisis and yet be very calm and stable because I earned that power on the journey. Criticism, which hand? Left hand. Appreciation? Gossip? So do we gossip? Each time I think of somebody's weakness or I talk about somebody's weakness or mistakes, I'm depleting soul power. So my battery is getting discharged only because I'm talking about other person's weaknesses. We just have a few weaknesses or mistakes, but we have so many people from where I can sit and think and talk about one of their mistakes. So can we gently start shifting to the right hand? Just be aware that this one is normal and that one is not. And the more I start using the right hand, mental health issue to बहुत दूर की बात है, stress भी खत्म होना शुरू हो जाएगा. And you will start living a life which will say, happiness is normal. I'll tell you, recently, post-COVID, every program that I've been doing, and it's in big numbers, 4,000, 5,000, sometimes even 10,000, and I just ask one question in the beginning. How many of you want happiness? And nowadays it's strange, there's not a single hand which is done. Everybody goes like this, they don't even think, they just go like this. And then you say, how many of you want to have peace? Everybody's hand go like this. And how many of you want love? And everybody's. So what have you earned then after so many years? What is the point of having achieved and excelled and reached it so that you have to raise your hand saying, I want happiness? And these are people who are achievers, they are leaders, they are all professionals. And they will just put their hand. खुशी चाहिए, शांति चाहिए, प्यार चाहिए. मतलब हाँ ऐसे हो गया ना? After achieving so much also I'm like this in life. So we want both. Please remember, we want, बोलिए, we want both. Which means achievement also, but happiness also. So if ever we meet again after 10 years and you're in the audience and I say, how many want happiness? You don't raise your hand. Okay? You say, I'm happy always. I'm not happy when the situation is right. So for me to shift to the right hand emotion, I have to practice one equation. And that one equation is emotional independence. Stress is given by a formula in physics. It's called pressure divided by resilience. Pressure divided by resilience. Exam is stress or exam is pressure? Exam pressure or exam stress? Exam stress or exam pressure? Pressure. So pressure is not equal to stress. Pressure divided by resilience is equal to stress. So will our pressures increase in the coming years? What do you think? Life after school is easier or school life is easier? School life. Sure, no? When I was in school, I never thought like that. I thought it's kitni mushkil. After this, everything will be easy. So school life is the easiest, the simplest. So pressures will only increase. If I do not increase my resilience, that is the denominator. Resilience means my inner power to face that pressure. If I don't increase my resilience, then my stress factor will go on increasing. So we're going to start working on that resilience. And that is why we want to use those right hand emotions. So what is on the right hand? Now forget the left hand, just let's list out the right hand. Happiness, acceptance, forgiveness. How long does it take to forgive someone? How long does it take to erase that mistake from your mind? So resilience. Start reducing that time frame. Just start saying, I forgive you in your mind. Even if you're not able to forgive, you're hurt, you're upset, just start saying, past is past, it's over, I release, I forgive. Just keep saying this to your mind will learn a different vocabulary. Otherwise my mind says, I can never forgive what they did, I can never forget what they did. They hurt me, they upset me. Keep saying that and the wound is getting rubbed. The wound is getting rubbed. Start healing it. Past is past, it's over. I release, I forgive, I forget. Soul power battery will start. Soul power battery will start. Energizing, compassion, empathy, cooperation. Ego nahi, humility. Humility. The higher your achievement, humility should increase in the same proportion. Otherwise, achievement plus ego becomes very difficult for ourselves and for people. So now to increase that resilience, there's only one equation we have to learn. Like in school, we learn equations, and then any problem comes in the exam, I only have to write the equation correctly on the first line, and then I'll be able to reach the answer. And that equation is, who is the creator of your thoughts and feelings? You, situation, people, who is the creator? Are the situations also responsible for how you feel? Okay, let's raise our hands and see which one is right. Who is the creator of my thoughts and feelings? 3 options. I, they mean situations, people, everything. Both. I, they, both. Okay, let's take opinion poll. How many feel I am the creator of my thoughts and feelings? How many feel they? Rule of the game, don't look at what other people are doing. They may be completely wrong and you're going to look at them and raise your hand, so don't do that. They are responsible for how I think and feel. See, someone raised their hand, they looked at other people, they said other people did not raise their hand, so they put their hand down. This is the most subtle sanskar we have. And how many feel both? Both में सबसे ज़्यादा होता है ना? Okay. Now, here comes a situation. Okay, let's hypothetically take a situation. Principal ma'am calls 10 of you inside for a collective mistake. And she gives a nice thing to everyone, each one, individually. Pressure is the same. She's the pressure that time for you. So this is the stimulus for you. Will all 10 respond the same way? Will all 10 respond the same way? No. What would be the variable factors that we could have in responses? How would you respond if she's angry with you and she gives you nicely? Some people will ignore, very good. Some people will get very fearful. Some people will get offended. Some will get hurt. Some will be upset. How can she do this to us? इतनी तो गलती नहीं थी हमारी, इतनी बड़ी शोर मचा दिया इतनी सी बात के लिए. All sorts of reactions. Some people will be upset, some people will be hurt, some people will be scared. Now remember, stimulus was the same and response was? Stimulus was the same and response was different. So who was the creator of the response? If the stimulus was also responsible for the response, then same stimulus will create same response in everybody. So stimulus is stimulus. But who is the creator of the response? I. So let's create a little shift in our vocabulary from saying, she insulted me, I'm upset because of her, I'm angry because of her, I'm irritated because of this, I'm stressed because of my exams. All this vocabulary is making us emotionally weak because I'm saying my emotion is because of you. If someone says something to you, let's say one of you says something to the other person can abuse you, the other person can scream at you, the other person can be rude, the other person can demean you even to other friends. The other person has all that power. But the other person just doesn't have one power, and that power is to get into your mind and disturb you. Can anyone get into your mind and disturb you? Think. Can anyone get into my mind and disturb me? No. And yet I say, she hurt me. Let's change vocabulary. Did she hurt me? No. She was just rude. Her behavior was wrong. But who created the hurt? Who created the hurt? I. How did I create the hurt? The way I was thinking about her and what she did. So I shift from putting my finger there and saying, she hurt me, to saying, I created the hurt in response to what she did. So what happens? The power of my mind comes in my hands. But if I say she hurt me, then my mind is being controlled by the other person. This is the only one equation which needs to be changed. Take the remote control of your mind into your hands. Even if you get hurt, it's okay. Even if you get angry, it's okay. Even if you get irritated, it's okay. Just don't say it's because of them. Say it's because of me and I'll change it. But if I say it's because of them, so the minute I say it's because of them, I'm giving the power away to the other person and I say, you have the power. And then I look at other people for my happiness also. I look at other people for approval. I look at other people for appreciation. And suddenly my life becomes so vulnerable. I'm standing like this in front of people. Give me love, give me happiness, give me peace, give me appreciation. Like this. This is not health. This is not health. This is what is making us emotionally weak. So who's the creator of our anger? Put the finger on them. Chalo, only rakho. Who's the creator of our anger? Achhe se rakho. Yeah. So this is power. So now even if I get angry, I said, yeah, I created it. Now I know I can change it. Next time I'm not going to do it that way. But then I keep saying, because of her, then I'm only waiting for the other person to change. I'm fine the way I am. I didn't make any mistake. So who created the anger? I. Who created the hurt? Who created bullying? Who created the hurt? I. Who created the fear? I. Who created the stress? I. Who created the happiness? I. This, if I remember, I will shift from becoming a victim to becoming a master of my life. I am created. Even if I'm hurt, I will choose for how long I'm going to cry. I will choose when to heal. I will not live like a victim to other people. That is the only one thing which is making life very, very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. Especially in that age when you will pass out of this school, literally standing in front of other people for love and respect. So it's better that we learn it right from now. People nowadays are not being able to handle the rejection. Oh, my friend is no more talking to me. I cannot live. We get emails, I cannot live. Cannot live, why? Because my friend is now talking to somebody else. That's how vulnerable we can be. But if I practice being this master and remembering, I am the creator of my happiness, I am the creator of my stress, I will hurt for some time, but I will be able to heal myself. I will not be dependent. Dependence is weakness, right? Dependence is weakness. Emotional independence is called Atmanirbhar. Atmanirbhar, self-reliant. So can we start practicing this little vocabulary from today for ourselves? Even if you get angry, what you're going to say, who's creating the anger? I. And you will quickly change it. Why will you change it? Because you have to shift from the left hand to the right hand. Why do I need to shift from the left hand to the right hand? To conserve inner power. Today all of us are taking care of energy. Yes? Do you go around switching off the lights if you see that they are unnecessarily on? Do you go and close the tap if you see that it's little leakage? Similarly, here, conserve power. Conserve power. If you see yourself hurt, don't allow yourself to continue to be hurt. Pause, sit with yourself, write out, counsel yourself, say nice things to yourself, heal yourself. How many of you are able to counsel the other person? Hath uthalo? Which means someone is in low mood, upset, and you just sit with them 5 minutes, say nice things. Chalo kuch khate hain, and very 5 minutes where the other person is fine. If I can heal other people, would I not be able to heal my own self? But you know what we thought? We thought we will heal them, and when I am upset, they will heal me. This is dependence. All the nice things you say to them, just sit and say it to yourself, and you will not be dependent. Having friends is a different thing, and being dependent is a very different emotion. My mind should not be dependent. My mind should always be a giver, not this is going to become a weakness. This is a weakness. Because when I become weak like this, then when there is a situation in my life which I don't have the power to face, that's when things get tougher. Things get tougher. Reaching a stage, you must have heard this year, so many children, they chose not to live. And they just wrote a letter for their parents and they thought that's enough. And they just wrote a letter, we were not able to meet up to your expectations, so I don't want to live. Can you imagine what happens to the parents? Can you just even, we can't even imagine that pain. How much ever we think and talk about it, we can't imagine what that is. But only because we thought other people are the cause of my happiness, I am the cause of their happiness, I am not able to make them happy, so I should not live. All wrong equations. All wrong equations. So let's start becoming master, right? Everyone agrees with that? Yes? So who's going to give me happiness? Only myself. And how do I give myself happiness? Think right in every situation. Think right. Don't allow your mind to go into that clutter. Why did they do this? How could they do this? Why with me? Waste of time, waste of energy. They had a reason for what they did. Let me do what is right. But she should have not done this to me, but I did so much for her today. When I asked her for help, she said no. How can she do this to me? Don't allow your mind to cry for more than 1 minute. Roliya, abhi chup. Enough. Because if I allow my mind to go on crying, my mind will find a situation every day to cry about. It will find something to cry about every day. So I just have to pause, and if you're not able to create the right thought, just take a notebook, pen, and counsel yourself as if you're doing it for somebody else. So suppose your friend had to send you a message saying, you know what, I'm very upset today, my friend said this. What reply will you send to her? Write that to yourself. Self-counseling. Self-counseling. Learn the art of self-counseling so that probably you'll never be able to, you'll never need to go to a counselor, because you will know how to counsel yourself. And that will become your strength even with your friends. Can we write a nice message to ourselves every day? Yes? आज से करना शुरू करेंगे? Yes? Suppose you didn't perform as well as you thought you should. You will create guilt, you will create self-criticism. But suppose your friend does not perform as well as she wanted to and she's feeling low. What will you say to her? क्या बोलेंगे आप उनको? What will you say to her? चलो बताइए, अच्छी लाइन बताओ. What would you say to your friend because she's feeling very low, she didn't perform well? What will you say to her? हाँ जी? Better next time, or
keep trying.
She's tried at least. Very good. Or
keep trying.
Keep trying. बहुत अच्छा. Or can we say that same line to ourselves? Can we say the same lines to ourselves? We say very nice lines to others, but to ourselves we talk a completely different vocabulary. And that's why the one sanskar which is needed is love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be nice to yourself. If you learn to be nice to yourself, even if the whole world is not nice to you, you talk nicely to yourself and you'll be like, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. And for that, what we can start doing is, we create a few sankalp, affirmations, a few thoughts, and we start writing them or saying them every single day. And once we start creating them every single day, you know the power of affirmations? What happens? How many of you know what is the power of affirmations? Okay, whenever you get time to study online and you're allowed, just go and read one page on what is the power of affirmations. What is affirmation? Take a thought and repeat it every single day. In Hindi, it is called Sankalp Se Siddhi, which means you create a sankalp, repeat it daily, and it will manifest. It will become your reality. So people use this power of manifesting what they want in the outer world. You can also manifest in the outer world, but along with that, you can also manifest in the inner world. So the world said, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, and they manifested stress. Now we start saying, I'm always happy. Can we say that? I'm always happy. Even if you're feeling very low, just start writing, I'm always happy, I'm always happy, I'm always happy. Coding will change. That inner coding will completely change. That is called self-care. That is called thinking right. Okay? So should we make a small list? You don't have anything to write right now, no? Never mind, it's getting recorded. You write it out from there. Okay? We will create 8 to 10 thoughts. And just understand how to create that thought. Then you will be able to create it for any situation in your life. The method is, whatever you want to see in reality, the thought has to be, it has already happened. Which means I want to experience happiness. So I will not say, I want to be happy. I will say, I am happy. I'm not happy right now, I'm stressed. But I will say, I am happy because I know the law that whatever I think will happen. Sankalp se siddhi hai. So suppose my body is unwell today, it's hurting, it's aching, it's tired, it's fatigued. And just visualize, just go on saying, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, I'm so tired, it's hurting all over, I just can't even get up. And the more I keep saying this, what will happen? What will happen? Do you agree that that experience and that feeling will increase? How many of you feel it increases? Okay. So suppose I was tired 50% and I just kept saying, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. I can take that experience from 50 to 60. Now teach me what to say so that it comes from 50 to 40. I know how to take it from 50 to 60 to 70. What should I think and what should I say so that I change that experience of tired and fatigued from 50 to 40 to 30? Bring down. अब आप बताओ. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. Okay? और बताओ. What is happening? हाँ जी. थोड़ा सा जोर से. What is happening that is good for me? Let's take the answer from that person. हाँ जी. I'm not tired. और I am energetic. ठीक है? So rule of the game, don't use the word not and don't use the word tired, which means don't use the negative emotion word there. Because when I tell my mind I'm not tired, my mind doesn't know what I'm supposed to be. It just knows I should not be tired. But I will keep saying which word? Tired, tired, tired. Because I'm saying I'm not tired, I'm not tired. So what's the energy that I'm creating, which is the word I'm using? Tired. So if I'm stressed, I'm not going to say I'm not stressed. Because again I will keep repeating the word stressed. I'm going to say I'm happy always. So if I am fatigued, if I am unwell, what am I going to say? I am perfect, healthy. I am energetic. I am vibrant. Suppose I have an exam tomorrow. I am studying, but along with that my mind is saying, पता नहीं क्या होगा tomorrow. I hope everything goes well. I don't know what's going to happen. I've studied, but I don't remember anything right now. So you're studying hard, but your mind is not thinking right. We want effort here and also a little effort here. When both these efforts work hand in hand, you will achieve more than what your capacity is. Do you think stress will affect performance? Yes. If stress can affect performance, then peace and stability can also affect performance in the opposite direction. So if I have an exam tomorrow and my mind will say, "Pata nahi kya hoga kal, I don't know what will happen," give me one line. Tomorrow's exam is a हाँ जी? everything will go well. Now change one little word in that. It is not everything will go well. It is tomorrow's exam is a divine experience, it's a perfect experience. I am going to perform better than what I had ever imagined. The mind will say, nahi, nahi, bahut mushkil hai. You say, no, tomorrow's exam is a perfect experience. Not just the achievement, it is the experience of the exam also which needs to be important. A lot of children are coming first, but after creating a lot of stress. So we don't want to just come first or whatever where we want to achieve. We want to be calm and stable while we are reaching that achievement. So always keep one sankalp. My exam is a perfect, comfortable experience. Which means I enjoy that experience of an exam. You can even start saying I enjoy my exams. बोलिए I enjoy my exam. सोचो अगर रोज ये बोल दिया एक साल के लिए तो क्या हो जाएगा? You say it for 1 year, and the next time you have an exam, you're going to have a very different feeling. And so you can say this, you can say, I'm powerful, I'm calm and stable always, I'm fearless, I'm confident, my concentration is highest. Often we keep saying, I cannot concentrate, I cannot concentrate. The more I will say I cannot concentrate, I will not be able to concentrate. So what will I say? My concentration is highest. I am focused. My exam is a comfortable experience. And last, I have achieved, fill in the blank. Please put in there whatever you want to achieve in this next 1 year. We have seen children reaching and achieving more than their goals only when they put an affirmation for their goal a year before. And the entire year they said that affirmation multiple times in the day. I have achieved this, I am in this university, I am already there in that university. It takes less than 1 minute to say an affirmations. But that's what increases mind power, and that is what creates sankalp se siddhi. So suppose my stomach is paining right now, I will immediately say from the first thought, my stomach is perfect, everything is calm, I'm comfortable. And I will start seeing that actually that pain will start reducing. Because otherwise I would have said opposite and I would have increased that pain. So using the power of the mind to create all the miracles in your life. Ready? Ready? So should we repeat those affirmations once? Right? First one, I am a powerful being. बोलते हैं इकट्ठे, चलो. I am a powerful being. Powerful means whenever there is a situation, I choose my response. I don't react. Remote control is in my hands. I am a powerful being. Second, I am calm and stable always. I am fearless, I am confident. I am focused. My concentration is perfect. My mind and body is perfect and healthy always. Very important to put this affirmation. You know, sometimes study hard and sometimes fall in on the day of the exam. Destiny changes. So my mind and body is perfect and healthy always. Then you create one affirmation for your relationships. I accept people. Really? I accept everyone. Everyone accepts me. And my relationships are strong. And now you create an affirmation for your goal of this year. I have achieved, fill in the blank, that you are going to write. Personal goal. And last, what is very important, God's power and blessings. हमने लिखा ना शुरू में, परमात्मा की शक्ति. परमात्मा की शक्ति मेरे चारों तरफ एक सुरक्षा कवच है. Envelop yourself with the divine power and blessings. करो इसको एक बार. God's power and blessings is a circle of protection around me. इसको रोज पहनना है. Okay? It protects us from all the vibrations that are there around us in the city, in the world, in the country, everywhere. There's a lot of energy. So envelop yourself with a high energy circle. Now once you write these 8 to 10 affirmations, keep a little diary next to your pillow and write this as your last thoughts before going to sleep. Because your last thoughts are going to work on your mind and body during your sleep now. Last thoughts before we go to sleep are very important. Suppose tomorrow you have an exam and your mind is saying it's very tough, very tough. Don't go to sleep with that thought, very tough. By morning it will be tougher. Because the system processes that in the night. So even if it's very tough before going to sleep, you genuinely keep writing. It's simple, it's beautiful, it's easy. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. Write, and go to sleep. Morning you will already be feeling better before the exam. Last thoughts before you go to sleep are power. Never make the mistake of creating a negative thought before go to sleep. It multifolds by the time you wake up. Because we have 6-7 hours processing that thought. कर सकते हैं अब डायरी with next to the pillow. कौन कर सकता है छोटी सी डायरी next to the pillow. Write it out as your last thoughts. Takes less than 1 minute. Takes less than 1 minute. First thought in the morning. First thought in the morning, because both these times the subconscious mind is active. So both these times I should never have a negative thought. Even if that negative thought is a reality today, I should not create a negative thought. I will change the thought and change my reality. I will change my reality. It is a spiritual law. Sankalp se siddhi is a law. Just like the law of gravity. It works always with everyone. We only need to use that law properly. Okay, so what are the 2 times? Before going to sleep, just when you wake up. And the third very powerful time is just before you have your meal. So when the meal is there, we were taught, what do we do just before we have our meal? We connect to the divine, say our little prayer, say our gratitude, and then just look at your food and say, I am powerful, I am happy, I am fearless, I am confident, I am healthy, I am successful. Itna bol do short mein. Food has vibrations. In Hindi the line is Jaisa an, Vaisa man. Food is not just proteins and vitamins and carbohydrates, no. Food is stress, anxiety, anger. We change it to food is love, happiness, care. So can we say those 5 lines just before we have our meal? It will change the vibration of our food. So like we never eat without washing our hands, we never eat without energizing the food with the sankalp that we want to manifest. ये 4-5 बार कर लिया, and very soon happiness, calm, stability, power will start becoming normal because you're coding your mind to think that way. You're all very fortunate that you don't get to use the phone too much here. Is that right? You don't get to use the phone too much here? Yes? That's good or not good? ऊपर से बोल रहे हो अंदर से? Good, not good? Sometimes things which we feel are not right are such a big blessing, frankly, for us. It's such a big blessing. It is such a big protection. But the only thing is, make this protection your sanskar, so that you will be able to protect yourself from it even when the phone is lying right next to you. You'll be able to do it. Right now you're being able to protect yourself just by default because of the system. But finally we need to learn that protection is my power, and learn to protect yourself even if you're alone with that phone. You don't need anybody to say it to you. I'm not sure whether you know, but in the US right now, 30 states have filed legal cases against all these companies saying that you are the cause of the mental health issues of our youth. It's open, it's out into the open, that these platforms are affecting our mental health, and they're addictive. So the best part is not to start the addiction, because once it's there, then it's tough. So kar sakte hain self-restraint? Content is emotional diet. What I watch, read, listen is the source of my thoughts. If you watch, read, listen right hand, then thoughts of the right hand are normal. If you watch, read, listen left hand, then left hand sanskars will become normal. It's just as simple as that. So all children who have access to phone, what they're doing is they study the entire day, but when they before go to sleep, they start watching. And they will chat for hours before going to sleep, and then they will watch some crime show, some thriller, and then they will go to sleep, And within a few months, they are saying, I'm experiencing anxiety. You remove the phone from them, their anxiety will disappear. Because they're consuming this negative content just before going to sleep, so it's now going to go into their subconscious. So, say a little gratitude to everyone who's responsible for not giving you the phone. रोज करो शुक्राना कर सकते? See, even though we don't like what you're doing, है ना? Even though we don't like what you're doing, but still we're very grateful to you for it because you're saving us, you're protecting us. These are the crucial years of the foundation getting built, and you're saved at this time. What a protection! What a protection! But जब आप घर जाते हो तब आप क्या करते हो फिर? तब क्या करते हो? क्या करते हो? See? So learn one more thing. Self-restraint. I should be practicing what is right even if I'm sitting alone in a room and don't need anybody else to tell me what's right or wrong. That will become our power. So always remember what you consume from that phone or that internet or that TV, it is going to create your sanskar. So choose carefully. It's not how many hours we consume. Some people say, I only watch for 1 hour. It's not about 1 hour. It is what is the quality of what you consumed in that 1 hour. So it's not how much I ate. It is what I ate and then how much I ate. That is what is very important. So if I consume content of lust, ego, fear, greed, aggression, anxiety, nothing can save me from stress and fear. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no way. So रोज अपनी डेस्टिनी को शुक्राना करो for not having that gadget as your addiction. ठीक है जी? Okay? So what's our little homework for today? What's our little homework for today? First equation. Who is the creator of my thoughts and feelings? I. So never put the finger out and say, I am the victim. Say, I am the master. I will heal myself. ठीक है? Second, I don't want love, peace, happiness. I give, I radiate. And third, start using that bundle of 10 thoughts as your affirmation. And whenever you have any situation, now you start writing your affirmation. It's not only these 10 thoughts, whatever situation, you start writing. Suppose you're waiting for something to come in from home. You know, it's very fun using this affirmation. You're waiting for something that has to come from home. It's not reached, it's not reached. Just start creating a thought. It's reached. I know it's lying there. Just say it for 2 days and third day you'll find it over there. That's the power. It works like magic. You have to use this magic because it creates miracles in life. People have healed chronic disease using power of affirmation. That's how much power it has. People have achieved success just using this. Of course, along with that effort and hard work, but using the power of the mind with the effort and hard work. And most important is you will be able to be light and happy throughout. We are doing it only for that. We're not doing it just for what we want to achieve. We're doing it for a powerful mind along with our achievement. ठीक है जी? Let's take a minute of silence. And let's say our affirmations in our mind, not in the words. And just bring your attention to the center of the forehead. So that keeps you focused. And visualize a tiny point of light there. It's the energy. The Atma, which we said, Paramatma ka bacha, Atma, the being. And visualize that little point of light and gently create these thoughts. I am a powerful being. I am always happy. I am calm and stable. I don't need anything from anyone. I always give. I give love. I give happiness. I am focused. My concentration is perfect. I have achieved. ... Put your goal there. My exam is a comfortable experience. My relationships are strong. Success is certain for me. God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection around me. And visualize this divine white light circle all around you. Om Shanti. So this power of affirmation, इसको हिंदी में हम कहते हैं संकल्प से सिद्धि। तो जो हमारी सोच है वो हमारी रचना है। बात चाहे कुछ भी हो, परिस्थिति चाहे कुछ भी हो, हम कैसा सोचते हैं, हम कैसा महसूस करते हैं, हम कैसे बात करते हैं, हम कैसे व्यवहार करते हैं, वो हमारी चॉइस होती है। लेकिन हम ज़्यादातर लोगों पर और बातों पर उंगली रख देते हैं और हम कहते हैं उनकी वजह से मैं परेशान हूँ, उसकी वजह से मैं नाराज़ हूँ, उसकी वजह से मैं दुखी हूँ, उसकी वजह से मैं खुश हूँ। और ये चीज़ क्या करती है, हमारी अपनी आंतरिक शक्ति को घटाती जाती है। तो ध्यान रखें कि जो भी हम महसूस कर रहे हैं वो हमारी अपनी रचना है, उंगली किसी और पर नहीं रखनी है। उन्होंने गलत किया होगा, लेकिन दुख या नाराज़गी वो मेरी रचना है। और जब हम उस पर ध्यान रखेंगे तो क्षमा करना, बात को छोटा करना, बात को ख़त्म करना, ये बहुत सहजता से हमें आने लगेगा। और इसके लिए हम दो चीज़ों का ध्यान रखें कि एक तो हम फ़ोन और टीवी से सारा दिन में क्या देखते हैं, क्या सुनते हैं, क्या पढ़ते हैं। क्योंकि जो हम सुनते, पढ़ते, देखते हैं वही हमारी सोच बनती है। हमारी सोच हमारे संस्कार बनते हैं, संस्कार हमारा कर्म में आता है और कर्म हमारा भाग्य बन जाता है। तो जो हम फ़ोन टीवी से देखते हैं वो हमारा भाग्य बदल सकता है। तो कम से कम रात को सोने से पहले और सुबह उठते ही कभी भी कुछ भी नेगेटिव कंटेंट, नकारात्मक वीडियो, ऑडियो, लेख, कुछ भी ऐसा, इवन दुनिया की खबरें, वर्ल्ड न्यूज़, ये रात को सोने से पहले या सुबह नहीं देखनी चाहिए। आइडियली तो देखनी नहीं चाहिए, पढ़ लेनी चाहिए। जस्ट टू नो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इन द वर्ल्ड, जस्ट रीड इट। क्योंकि पढ़ना इतना ज़्यादा नुकसान नहीं करता, लेकिन विजुअल देखना, फिर उसकी बात सुनना, बार बार सुनना, फिर उसका इमोशन भी कंज्यूम करना, ये सब हमारे मन की शक्ति को घटाता है। जस्ट पढ़ने से पता चल जाएगा देश और दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है। तो पढ़ना हमारे लिए सेफ्टी है। और दूसरी चीज़, कुछ संकल्प हम लिख लेते हैं जिनको हम सोने से पहले ज़रूर दोहराते हैं, सुबह उठते ही ज़रूर दोहराते हैं। और तीसरा टाइम जो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है वो है खाने से पहले, क्योंकि जैसा अन्न वैसा मन होता है। तो खाने को श्रेष्ठ संकल्पों से जब हम एनर्जाइज करते हैं तो जैसा अन्न वैसा मन हो जाता है। तो कुछ एक संकल्प जो हम कर लेते हैं वो है, मैं शक्तिशाली हूँ, मतलब मैं हर परिस्थिति में अपनी शक्ति से सोचता हूँ, बिहेव करता हूँ। दूसरा, मेरा मन हमेशा शांत है, स्थिर है, मैं हमेशा खुश हूँ, मैं सबको देने वाली आत्मा हूँ, चाहिए चाहिए मांगने वाली नहीं, सबको देने वाली आत्मा हूँ। बात को ख़त्म करना, लोगों को क्षमा करना, ये मेरे लिए बहुत सहज है। मेरा मन और शरीर स्वस्थ है और हमेशा रहेगा। मेरे रिश्ते मजबूत हैं, सफलता मेरे लिए निश्चित है। और परमात्मा की शक्ति और दुआएं मेरे चारों तरफ एक सुरक्षा कवच है। तो ये 8-10 संकल्प हम लिख लेते हैं और रोज़ रात को सोने से पहले उनको एक बार लिख लीजिए या बोल लीजिए, क्योंकि जो संकल्प हम रोज़ करेंगे संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है। तो रात को एक बार कर लीजिए, सुबह उठते ही एक बार कर लीजिए और खाना खाने से पहले कर लीजिए। तो दिन में 4-5 बार ये रिपीट हो जाते हैं। टोटल टाइम कितना लगता है? 1 या 2 मिनट। लेकिन ये 1-2 मिनट हम जो लगाते हैं, इससे हम अपनी पसंद की सिद्धि, मतलब अपनी मर्जी का भाग्य बना लेते हैं। और हम जीवन की हर परिस्थिति में संकल्प, सोच की शक्ति को यूज़ करके, मन की शक्ति को यूज़ करके अपने जीवन में जो चाहे वो प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। क्योंकि संकल्प से सिद्धि होती है। शुक्रिया। ओम शांति।
Om Shanti. On behalf of the school, the girls, the staff, and even the support staff who's been very eagerly waiting to hear you, on behalf of them, I would really thank you for all the insights that you've given. And I would really like to tell you that we've been waiting for your arrival in school for the last 5 years. 5 years से मैं ये अपने आप को कहती रही हूँ कि सिस्टर शिवानी जरूर आएंगी, जरूर आएंगी, जरूर आएंगी। समय बहुत लंबा था, इंतज़ार करना पड़ा, but like you said, सिद्धि से संकल्प से सिद्धि, you are here, and we are really blessed to have you amongst us. हम आपसे दुआ करेंगे कि आप आते रहें, जब भी आप मसूरी आती हैं, ऋषिकेश आती हैं, आप ही का स्कूल है, प्लीज़ आते रहें, and keep blessing us and enlightening us. Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you, sister and ma'am, for your insightful words. We are deeply moved and inspired after today's fruitful discussion. To appreciate the presence and time of our honored chief guest, Sister Shivani, I request our beloved principal, Ma'am Meeta, to kindly felicitate.